Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here, of course, at Polkadot, one of our daily drivers. Just want to double check a few key factors. We did wick up a little bit above this level here at about 770. Big surprise, probably wrecked some shorts. So let's go ahead and double check that here. Always curious how that looks because again, when coins like this, you get close to a recent high, you really kind of want to try to avoid shorting because it's going to just come up there and demolish your shorts. Look at that. A lot of shorts hedged right there at 775, 771. These whales know what they're doing, folks. Okay, so again, respect the resistance levels. Do not place your liquidation and or stop loss just above. While that's normally a good practice, when you have heavy liquidations at certain levels, it's just a target on your back. Okay, so again, I guess actually in hindsight, what could have prevented this is low leverage. What do you know, folks? Everything I talk about in all of my videos is to use low leverage and or low position sizing, okay? If you had used low leverage, you'd probably not even have a leverage amount really close to this, or a liquidation rather, and you would have survived that short, okay? Not saying that's ideal, because I think the price will still continue higher, but shorting this coin right now, I think the bottom line is a bad idea, okay? So as we talked yesterday, we saw this was my potential play out. Did kind of do what I wanted, but still took a little longer than expected, which is fine. It's here now. That's what we're looking for. So let's talk about the daily and work our way down. Just to quickly note too, also, thanks to my community, I got a lot of requests for DOT, but also some awesome people coming over here from the videos that I've been making. So I just want to celebrate that. We've got, what a good, almost, how many? Somewhere in the range of a dozen people already in our Discord today. About 25, 30 from yesterday, and then the day before, somewhere in the same range. So keep up the good work, everyone. Congrats again. Also, awesome news here for ICP trade, 151%, Cardano 74, and some nice scalps here from Solana, Matic, and Ethereum, 21, 22% there. So again, cool stuff there. Be sure to check that out if you're curious, cryptocash.tech. There are limited slots available, so just heads up on that. We're gonna have to start restricting the amount of users there, just based on just making sure we have good one-on-one time with our members, that's all. Okay, so daily time frame, what I have here too, if you're confused, I have the fibs reversed. When you have a situation like this, when you're retesting highs and the price was pulling back, you can reverse your Fibonacci retracement levels and get perspective on what's gonna happen next. This kind of gives us a prediction, for lack of better terms, of what's gonna occur in the future. We can talk about that here in a minute, not really super important. I would say 1.272, $8.05 would be the initial target, and 1.618, extremely common retracement level, $8.55 would be the secondary to that. Okay, again, profit targets is what I'm referring to here. MACD is still converging, but it's losing a little momentum. Standard stuff for how overextended this coin is. Same thing here as well. We're seeing a stochastic divergence there, trying to diverge, but it's having no luck. Again, it's trying because the price action pulled back, but now that it's ramping up the last couple of days, it's a little squeezy right there and hasn't been able to converge. So simply put, don't worry about that guy. We'll talk about him later. RSI is over 70 and a money flow index is high. All great things, all recipes for a continuation essentially, okay? And just keep in mind, we're sending positively on our long-term trend line. Our short-term trend line we did lose, but we've rebroke the descending trend. So it's essentially establishing a new trend. We can identify that here soon. Maybe even now, in fact, the 50-day SMA right there is telling us it wants to run concurrent with this trend line. So we'll just go ahead and draw this guy out here and give us a nice little level there to kind of see where we're at, okay? Again, I'm just drawing these lines to give perspective. It's not like it's a hard line in the sand. The price hits that level and immediately bounces. It's not like that, but for the most part it is, because you can kind of see here, 1, 2, 3 attempts, almost a fourth attempt to break that trend. Hasn't happened yet. Key is we're above the 20, 50, 70, 100, 1,000 simple moving average, okay? We're good. The SMAs are perfect. That said, though, we take a look here at the RSI. We can see MACD. Sorry, I keep saying that. Stochastic RSI, effectively a MACD for the RSI. It is converging, right? That's a positive sign, showing us we have more momentum to the upside once more. Obviously, we know that. We can see it on the charts, but it's kind of an oscillator to help us understand that. And in this here, the RSI is perfectly right there at 60. I like to see the price action above 50, below 70. That's exactly where I want it to be. Meaning it hasn't been moving too fast, but it's still primed and ready to continue higher without retracement or pullback, significant pullback. Okay, again, when you're not overextended, you can continue to run a lot faster. And right now, it does feel like we're squeezing into this little wedge type of pattern, or you could even argue that we had somewhat of a bull flag and the price action is breaking out now. There's a lot of different theories there, of course. I try not to attach myself too much to that. I just kind of like to look at standard indicators here, and as we can see, we're not really overextended. If we take a look at the Ichimoku cloud on the hourly, hold on, before we do that, liquidity and fair value. A lot of liquidity is still left at this lower level. Actually, not a whole heck of a lot, only between 640 and 630. That's not a lot. So not super concerned with that guy. Upper level liquidity level has been swept. I talked about that previously, how important it is to not short into an upper liquidity level when you're right there. What do you know? Price wicks up, comes back down as if it never happened. And yeah, and the shorts is like, what? Oh my God, I'm so upset. Yeah, well, try not to short coins that are powerful. I guess that's the key takeaway here. Again, this is a bullish uptrend, folks. Not just this, but most coins. Everything's kind of tearing off. So you're much better statistically probable to be able to hit longs than you are shorts. Okay, it's just you're betting against the house when you're shorting, and it's not statistically ideal. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cloud and call it a day here. Okay, so this is the cloud from before. We talked about this earlier, that we're in good shape. We have all green lights to take a long. I really wanted to take a long right here when I reviewed this video yesterday, but unfortunately, the price was just running, and I hate to jump into a coin that's taking off. So kind of missed that opportunity, and I was hoping to get in somewhere in this range here, but it never truly pulled back that far, minus this wick that I missed. Again, no matter how you look at it, I'm not sore about that, because more opportunities everywhere else. Okay, and that's what I want to bring that up to your attention too, is because just I miss opportunities all the time. You got to recognize I'm not perfect by any stretch. No, I mean I have like an 80-90% success rate with my trades, and most of that is because of the structure of my trades, not necessarily finding the best entry. Okay, so I got to tell you again that if you're struggling with good structure, consider checking out our signals and or just the university that I have. I teach you a lot about finding good entries on smaller time frames. That said, though, the hourly here is all green lights, minus this little caveat here where the lagging spans intersecting with the price action. It looks like it's just going to kind of move right straight through it, so it's not a big deal. But generally speaking, when you see that occurs, you're supposed to consider taking profit, but just pay closer attention. Okay, so I'm not saying you need to close your position. Conversion line's well above the baseline. We got tremendous momentum. The lagging span and or the cloud rather is hanging out right here at this Fibonacci retracement level, 0.786 at 740. Okay, so 740 should be the new support level. The price pulls back. We see a decent amount of average at this level, and a lot of volume just below the current price point. Those are all positive contributing factors here. Specifically at this level here at 722, that's a really strong support based on volume. So again, mostly contributing positive factors here that we can see. There's not a lot that I can identify that's disadvantageous. Okay, again, when you're analyzing trades and you're trying to find an entry on a coin, first things first, you don't attach yourself emotionally to the coin, right? That's step number one. It's pretty straightforward, but duh, right? Don't get emotionally involved. Second step is to ensure you find a good entry, and you know what? I'll talk more about that later. I don't want to kind of bore you, but I just want you to know that this coin right now, we look for reasons not to take trades, and I don't really see very many reasons not to take a trade of this. Okay. I know it seems crazy. We've already swept that upper level liquidity. The price could very well pull back, but we are seeing some interesting behavior here, right? It does very much look like a cup and handle, and likelihood of breakout, I think, is higher. Okay, so do with it what you will. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. Let me know what's going on in your mind here, and obviously, please like the video. Make sure you check out our newest exchange here as well. No VPN, no KYC requirements. Significant rewards if you use my link to register, and they're a phenomenal exchange. We have walkthroughs on our Discord if you're kind of curious on how to use it. But generally speaking, it's a phenomenal exchange, and there's no other way around it. They have trailing stop losses, multiple profit targets, some awesome features. Be sure to check that out, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for your time. Take care.